शिवाय अप्पा संगाली करपो
बाबा की गंगनी बाबा की आओ आओ डीहवा तू बैठो मोरे आंगन में डीहा बाबा हो आओ आओ डीहवा तू बैठो मोरे आंगन में डीहा बाबा हो कि आओ बैठो मोरे आंगन में डीहा बाबा हो कि आओ बैठो मोरे आंगन में डीहा बाबा हो
Sitaram Om Shakti. This is the one and the only Shakti Sundays with Justin D. Anthony. I want to say it's a pleasure and honor to have you locked on as we play the songs of the Divine Devi and we bring you teachings of the Divine Mother on this very auspicious Sunday morning. I wish to begin in the first place by saying and extending Father's Day greetings to all the fathers and indeed to the mothers who play both roles. Wishing them many, many blessings. In today's episode of Shakti Sundays, we'll be continuing our discourse on the power and the limit of the Tabiz. So this is part 2 of the program in regards to the Tabiz. As I discussed in the program before, to give you a little recap about our program before, when we spoke about the Tabiz, we highlighted the fact that when the Tabiz is first worn, for the first time it must be worn in the morning hours in order to calibrate it on the devotee. We discussed in the program before that one cannot consume beef while wearing the Tabiz, as beef reduces the power of the Tabiz, and in certain cases it causes the Tabiz to break apart. As we discussed in our program before about the Tabiz, we discussed that the Tabiz has the power to neutralize evil effects and inauspicious forces. And some Tabizes even have the power to take the negative entity that was sent your way, or the inauspicious force that was sent your way, and return it to the individual. Return it to the sender. So just to give you a little recap about our program before, where we talked about the Tabiz. In this program, we will continue our discussion on the Tabiz, speaking more in depth, speaking about one of the limits of the Tabiz, speaking about the most powerful Tabiz one can wear, the 8-metal Tabiz. So do me one favor in the first place. Share this link across your Facebook as we speak today on Shakti Sundays about the power and the limit of the Tabiz. Share this link across your Facebook. But in the meantime, I wish to say Sitaram and Pranam to Rita Albert, Sitaram and Pranam to Kushma Lal. I want to say Sitaram and Pranam to Golin, Rohan, Alicia, Ramdani. I want to say Sitaram and Pranam to all those watching in Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Suriname, the various Caribbean islands. I want to say Pranam and blessings to all those watching in Canada, the United States of America, the Mauritius, South Africa and elsewhere. Wherever you're locking in from, wherever you're tuning in from, I want to say, may the Divine Father, Kal Bhairav, bless each and every one of you with health, strength, and financial abundance. I want to say good morning and pranam to Savitri Narayan family as well. I want to say Sitaram to Annie Morgan. I want to say Sitaram to Nandi Singh family from Florida. Additionally, I would like to say Sitaram to Shani Beer. I want to say Pranam to Robin Mutusami as well. So to begin our discourse for today, today's Shakti Sundays, we are continuing our discourse on the power and the limit of the Tabiz. So this brings me to one question. Why is it the case that when a devotee wears a tabiz, sometimes it does not bear its intended result? So why is it the case that sometimes when a devotee is given a tabiz, it doesn't bear the intended result? There are many reasons as to why a tabiz may not bear their intended result or may not have any effect in regards to the devotee. First and foremost, it comes down to the devotee. Does the devotee have belief in the practitioner? Does the devotee have belief and faith in the tabiz and the individual who's making the tabiz? The tabiz will only work and give its full effect if the devotee has faith and belief in that practitioner. So we can say in the first place, a tabiz may not give its intended result because the devotee lacks faith and belief in the person they have received the tabiz from. The second reason why a tabiz may not bear its intended result is the practitioner, the individual who has taken the time to create the tabiz, has made an error. That is, in the course of making the tabiz, they missed one vital step. They made an error of some sort. The third reason why a tabiz may not bear its intended result is the practitioner, the individual who creates the tabiz, has self-doubt. They doubt that the tabiz will bear the intended result. Or they question if the tabiz will bear the intended result. The fourth reason why the tabiz may not bear its intended result on the devotee is the tabiz that was created is not appropriate for the devotee. For you to have the understanding, for the various cases of the individual, whatever cases, whatever sickness, whatever problem that they have, there are so many different types of tabizes. However, the practitioner, the person who's making the tabiz, they have to be able to look in and see what is the proper tabiz for you. In your case, there might be many different types of tabizes for your particular problem. However, the practitioner has to find what is the proper tabiz for the devotee, what is the suitable one for them. So sometimes the tabiz does not work simply because the devotee has not been given the correct tabiz to wear.
Swami Ayanare, Ayanare Swami Ayanare, Om Muneswara Swami, Om Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Ayanare, Ayanare Swami Ayanare, Om Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Muneswara Swami.
I want to say Sitaram and Pranam too. Devi Ram, Monica Narayan, Debbie Algu, Savitri Balgobin would like to say Sitaram to all devotees and say Happy Father's Day to all the hard-working fathers across the world. I want to say Pranam and good morning to my grandpa Beta and grandma Chitra. I also want to say Sitaram and Pranam to J. Ram Jugan family. I want to say Pranam to It's Rajpal, Nanda Rupnarayan, Pinky Ram Sundar. And once again to all the fathers, and indeed not forgetting the mothers who play both roles of parents. We wish to take this opportunity to extend Father's Day greetings and blessings of the Divine Father, Lord Shiva, to each and every one of you. May Lord Shiva, and indeed may the Masters, bless each and every one of you profoundly, so that all of you can continue that important role you play in the lives of all your children, and indeed all those who play a fatherly role in their lives.
Swami Ayanare, Ayanare Swami Ayanare, Om Muneswara Swami, Om Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Ayanare, Ayanare Swami Ayanare, Om Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Muneswara Swami, Ayanare Swami Muneswara Swami.
Production. Printings Production. Printings Production. Printings Production. Printings Production.
जय जय भैरो नाथ के दूर हटे सब कष्ट, भैरो पूजन करे रहे पाप कठिन सब नष्ट। तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात, तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात।
I want to say Sitaraman good morning to Nalini H.
जय जय भैरव
I also want to take this opportunity to extend greetings and say pranam to
नाथ के
all the devotees of the Sri Mahakali Durga Mandir,
नाथ के
located at 92
जय जय भैरव
66 Springfield Boulevard in Queens Village, New York.
जय
In particular, I want to extend greetings to Pujari Kavirdas G2
जय भैरव
and Grandma Rose. So as we continue our discussion for today on the power and the limit of the Tabiz,
नाथ के जय जय भैरव नाथ के
for those who wear the Tabiz,
भैरव नाथ के जय जय भैरव
there is some confusion on whether the devotee can wear their Tabiz
जय जय भैरव नाथ
to a funeral, and in particular
नाथ के
to a home where a death has occurred.
भैरव नाथ के
So if someone has died in a home,
भैरव नाथ के
the question is, can you wear your Tabiz there?
नाथ के जय जय भैरव नाथ के
And there are some that offer, advice on this and say that
जय जय भैरव नाथ के
you can wear your Tabiz to these places, these inauspicious places,
जय
and there are certain cleansing methods and etc.
नाथ के
But what is the proper answer? What is the correct answer?
भैरव नाथ
What is the correct advice for you to take?
के जय जय भैरव नाथ के
The correct advice is,
भैरव नाथ
when it comes to any place that has high levels of negative energy or inauspiciousness,
नाथ के
for example, a cremation ground where an individual is being cremated, a funeral home,
नाथ के
or when they are keeping awake
जय जय
in a home where the individual
भैरव
died in. Those are all places
नाथ के
you should not wear your Tabiz to.
नाथ के
When attending such places, it's best,
जय
the
भैरव
best practice is, take off your Tabiz, take a clean cloth,
नाथ के
place your Tabiz on this on this clean cloth, attend the funeral, attend the wake or viewing or whatever it is,
भैरव नाथ के
come home,
नाथ के
shower, etc., cleanse your body, and then you may start wearing your Tabiz again.
जय जय भैरव नाथ के
You're not advised to wear your Tabiz to a funeral home, a viewing, or place where a death has occurred. Because such negative forms of energy,
जय
they reduce the power of the Tabiz.
जय जय
They interact with the power contained in the Tabiz,
भैरव
and they dull the energy of the Tabiz.
जय भैरव नाथ के जय जय
So for you to have the understanding and for you to have clarity,
जय भैरव नाथ के
whenever you wear the Tabiz,
भैरव नाथ के
never wear it to any inauspicious place or place
भैरव
you believe there to be negative energy,
नाथ
negative vibes.
जय
In the sense that, there is a lot of people mourning, there is a lot of people in distress,
जय जय भैरव नाथ के
because such environments dull the energy of the Tabiz. So to preserve the energy of the Tabiz,
जय जय
do not wear it to any funeral home, viewing, or place or home where an individual has died.
के जय जय भैरव नाथ के जय जय भैरव नाथ के जय जय भैरव नाथ के
And before
भैरव
you even think about re-wearing your Tabiz,
के
always cleanse your body.
के
take a shower, a simple shower, and cleanse your body.
जय जय भैरव
So that whatever negative vibes, whatever negative energy, whatever negativity you may have picked up,
जय जय भैरव नाथ के
it doesn't come into contact with that tabiz. So this is for you to have the understanding. I want to say Sitaram and good morning to Bibi Chandra. I want to say Sitaram and blessings to Vidya Jaggernaut. I want to say pranam to Savita Jadunandan.
जय जय भैरव
I
नाथ
want to say pranam to It's Rajpal.
जय जय भैरव नाथ के जय जय भैरव नाथ के
This one is in glorification of
नाथ के
Kal Bhairav, or as we say, Kal Bhairav Baba.
जय जय भैरव नाथ के दूर हटे सब कष्ट भैरव पूजन करे रहे पाप कठिन सब नष्ट तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जिन्हें दर्शन अपने भक्त ने जिन्हें दर्शन अपने भक्त ने प्रार्थना करे मैं जोड़े हाथ प्रार्थना करे मैं जोड़े हाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ गावे भजन और करते पूजन गावे भजन और करते पूजन पूजा करे सभी एक साथ पूजा करे सब एक ही साथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ पापी नष्ट करे झूठी नष्ट करे पापी नष्ट करे झूठी नष्ट करे जैसे ब्रह्मा सिर को काट जैसे ब्रह्मा सिर को काट जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात तेरे पूजा मैं करो दिन रात जय भैरव बाबा जय भैरव नाथ जय भैरव बाबा जय
कालों की और कालों की कालों की कालों की काल महाकाली भवानी माई कलकत्ता वाली और कालों की काल महाकाली भवानी माई कलकत्ता वाली अरे कलकत्ता वाली भवानी माई काली अरे कलकत्ता वाली
So once again, if you just locked on, I want to say Vanakam. Sitaram Om Shakti. This is Shakti Sundays with Justin D. Anthony. And it is my distinct honor to have you locked on as we play all these divine songs and we bring you teachings today about the Tabiz. The Tabiz is so miraculous. It is so powerful that the Tabiz is so powerful and so miraculous that it can make a child speak. The Tabiz is so powerful that an individual who is unable to walk due to inauspicious forces, by simply wearing the Tabiz, that individual can walk again. The Tabiz is so powerful that when a devotee constantly loses money, is in a state where they're constantly losing their job, they can't hold on to a job, and there is no valid sort of logical explanation, the Tabiz is so powerful that the Tabiz, the blessings derived from the Tabiz, can bless that devotee so that that devotee has barakat, so that devotee can attain a job that lasts long term. So the Tabiz is very, very powerful. However, there is one limit to the power of the Tabiz. When someone does an unauspicious work with a Devi or a Devata in regards to you, when someone does an inauspicious work in regards to you, wearing the Tabiz alone cannot help you in your case. But rather, in this case, you would have to do some sort of puja as a sort of clearance. And after that puja is done, and after you have been cleared of your inauspicious work, then the Tabiz may be worn as protection. So this is one case where the power of the Tabiz is limited. So for cases in which an individual has done a very particular inauspicious work to you, using a particular Devi or Devata, you have to remedy that by doing a puja of some sort to clear yourself. Then you may wear a Tabiz. This is a case where wearing the Tabiz alone does not remedy the issue completely. So for devotees that are running into this problem, they are given a Tabiz because, they have been afflicted by evil entities. The Tabiz has helped them to some extent. However, they're still running into blockages. They still feel afflicted. They still feel ill. they're still bound by some type of negative entity or negative being. The devotee should know that. In their case, a puja may have to be performed. And that the Tabiz alone will not remedy and resolve their issue. So this is one case where the Tabiz, the power of the Tabiz is limited. The Tabiz has great power. It has the power to cut through, certain blockages in the life of a devotee, certain karmic blockages. It has the power to remove evil and entities from the body of a devotee. Remove black magic if a devotee is afflicted. And the Tabiz has the power to bless the devotee with wealth, with prosperity. The Tabiz is so powerful that it can prevent a heart attack in the life of a devotee. If a devotee is constantly having heart attacks, heart issues, the Tabiz can bless them. So that they do not suffer a heart attack. Or another heart attack, that is. However, there are certain cases like the ones I mentioned where the power of the Tabiz is limited. And as we continue to speak about the limit of the power of the Tabiz, wearing a Tabiz alone cannot fix all your problems. Just wearing the Tabiz alone is not an end-all solution to all your problems. Wearing the Tabiz confers a particular blessing, may confer a certain protection. But it is incumbent on the devotee to pray and to worship. Wearing the Tabiz goes hand in hand with prayer and worship. The Tabiz blesses you to a certain extent. It protects you to a certain extent. It covers you to a certain extent. But by praying, by worshiping, by fulfilling, your obligations to the different Devis and Devatas, by visiting temple, by doing your yearly pujas, by doing your jandi, by doing your graha pujas, and etc. By doing your prayers and your pujas, it fully covers you. It provides you with a full shield of protection. But this is what many devotees, maybe they don't have this understanding, or maybe they run into some idea that, or they run into this idea that, by simply wearing the Tabiz, everything in my life will be fixed. I don't have to pray back. I don't have to go do worship. I don't have to do nothing back. That the Tabiz will fix everything in my life. The Tabiz blesses you and covers you to some extent. It aids you in whatever case it is. But you as the devotee have to pray. You have to activate the power of prayer in your life. You need to imbibe the power of those Devis and Devatas in your life. To propel you to wherever you need to go. So for you to have the understanding and to put it in summary, the Tabiz is powerful, can do miracles. But the devotee must similarly and equally so. The devotee has to pray. The devotee has to worship. The devotee has to work. Things don't just come simply and just add magic to the devotee. So this is for you to have the understanding. The tabiz is important and wearing it is very auspicious. But praying, worshipping is equally important. I want to say pranam to Naz Yusuf. I want to say pranam and good morning to Suriname. That is Sunny Som Singh and family.
Om Namo Mahakali Rupam Shakti Tu Jyoti Swarupam Re Pava Gadwali He Ne Jari Mere Karo Mahakali Re Pava Gadwali He Ne Jari Mere Karo Mahakali
I want to say good morning and pranam to Doris Diorama. I want to say good morning, pranam and blessings to my sister Vanny. And indeed to all the devotees of the Sri Ma Kali Durga Mandir. I want to say Sitaram Om Shakti and pranam to all of them. And indeed, once again, to all the fathers, to all those who play the role of a father. To all the females that play both roles. I want to take this opportunity to say, may the Divine Father Kalbhairav, may the Divine Mother, Mother Kali, bless each and every one of you profoundly. When longevity, strength, so that you can continue to play that very, very important role in the lives of your children and indeed the lives of so many. I want to say pranam and good morning to Taj and family as well. So as we continue onwards with our discourse for today, why does, for some devotees, why does their tabiz consistently or continuously become missing? Why do devotees, some devotees run into this issue where their tabiz always goes missing? Well, there are two explanations as to why. One, in the first place, is just simply carelessness. Many times when you make a tabiz for the devotee, devotees are so careless. They just leave the tabiz here and there and they don't care about it. They don't have respect for the tabiz. They'll leave the tabiz at any location. No matter how filthy, how unsanitary a location may be. They'll leave their tabiz anywhere. So one reason why an individual's tabiz may become missing, totally missing, is just simply carelessness. The devotee doesn't care. Or the devotee doesn't have that basic respect for the tabiz. And the tabiz is one thing. If you have no basic respect for it, if you treat it in essence like rubbish, the tabiz is so unique in the sense that you will lose that tabiz. It will become missing. The second reason why a tabiz may become missing is and this is for you to have the understanding. Whenever an individual makes you a tabiz, they put in lots of work to make that tabiz. They have had to study for long periods of time. They have had to practice many, many times, failed to create that tabiz that they're giving to you. The individual in question has to go on particular fasting, particular period of fasting, or a particular vrat for the purposes of making that tabiz. The individual must do research to find an auspicious time or the right time frame to write that tabiz, to make that tabiz for you. The individual in question must secure certain spiritual items, certain types of metals, certain, leaves and flowers to create that tabiz for you. So when an individual is given a tabiz, the individual, the devotee, has to provide some type of donation, etc., for that tabiz. Because the practitioner has done work, has done extensive work, has done research to look, and all of these things in order to make the tabiz for you. That is why the devotee, whatever they can afford, whatever is suitable, whatever they decide, they should give the practitioner some type of monetary value, some type of donation or something like that. Otherwise, that tabiz will become missing. That tabiz will fall apart in some cases. So it comes down to one point. In Hindu spirituality, this is for you to have the understanding. In Hindu spirituality is not a business. Hindu spirituality is not a profession. It's not like, oh, you become a doctor and people have to pay you for your services. However, by custom in Hinduism, when someone works for you in terms of spirituality, someone comes and does your puja, someone does something spiritually for you, you have to express some gratitude in relation to them. Whatever you afford, you give them something. So if an individual makes a tabiz for you, takes the time, takes the effort and everything to make the tabiz for you, it is advisable for the devotee to hand that practitioner a small donation. And also by giving that practitioner that little donation, it represents that you have belief in that practitioner as well. So let's clarify things. Let's put things simply. A tabiz sometimes becomes missing. It becomes lost. Because the individual in question, the devotee in question, has not shown basic gratitude for that tabiz. And that's the reason why the tabiz becomes lost. The devotee loses the tabiz. The tabiz goes missing. So this is for you to have the understanding. When an individual makes a tabiz for you, takes all the time and the effort to make it for you, by custom, the devotee should give the practitioner a little amount of money. What you can afford. If you can only afford $10, if that's all you can afford, that's what you give to them. If it's $50, that's what you give to them. Whatever you can afford. The custom is whatever you can afford and whatever you find to be suitable. That's what you give the practitioner. And you would see that tabiz never becomes lost for the devotee. And as we are on this point, about money and we are on this point about the tabiz, I want to tell you today that if there is an individual in question who is selling tabizes, that is, they're advertising, I'm selling tabizes for this purpose for $200 US, and they have made the tabiz into a business. They have a website and they list all their prices, or they have their little Facebook site and they list their prices and everything. Or as soon as you call them that you require tabiz, they call money, they call a price. I want to tell you today, it is not advisable for you as the devotee to get a tabiz from any one of them. Because when you take the tabiz and you use it for the purposes of making money, when you take tabiz making, a very, very complicated and very, very sacred process, very sacred skill, and you reduce it to money making, to a business, your tabizes don't have any power. Your tabizes cannot do anything. This is for you to have the understanding. Many devotees, they are in need of a tabiz. And when they go to somebody who sells tabizes, has a little website, maybe has a little Amazon site. I don't know, some of them have an Amazon site now to sell tabizes and everything. Or has a little site on Facebook, a little page on Facebook selling tabizes. Those are the people you need to stay away from. Those are the people you should not attain a tabiz from. Because their tabizes don't have any power. They don't have any force. Because they have taken that sacred process of making a tabiz, the sacred skill of making that tabiz, and they've reduced it to money. And in every tabiz, for you to have the understanding, for every tabiz that is made, a deity or a devi is contained in that tabiz. Every tabiz, a devi or deity is contained in that tabiz. But which devi or devata would sit in a tabiz where the tabiz has been reduced to money making, has been reduced to a state of greed? No devi or devata is going to sit in a tabiz and give force to the tabiz, give effect to the tabiz. When the tabiz is reduced to business, reduced to money making, and reduced to a state of greed. So many of these people that they advertise, many of these pundits, many of these, so-called spiritual people, they advertise online that, I can give you a tabiz for this purpose, I can give you this for that. You just have to give me 300 US, 500 US, or how much it is. Those people do not have the power, don't have the Shakti to make that tabiz. And it would be advisable for you to stay away from those people. When you're a practitioner and you make tabizes for people, and this is your area of focus, you make tabizes to aid people in their lives, to help them spiritually, to help to remedy some of their illnesses, sicknesses, or whatever life problems they have. You have to be an individual or a practitioner who is not haka for money. You are not greed-oriented. To gain success in this field, that you want to make tabizes with power to help people, you cannot have greed. You cannot have money as the focus. You cannot say that I am going to make tabizes for the purposes of becoming rich one day. I'm going to make a tabiz and I'm going to sell it. and I'm gonna sell tabijs so one day I can buy a big Taj Mahal and live in it. These things are not compatible. But many spiritual practitioners, many pundits today, even those in our community, they believe falsely. They can become rich, live in a Taj Mahal with butlers, if they take Tabiz and they sell it online. They want to sell Tabizs like Gucci sells products in the store. That is their aspiration in essence. But it doesn't work like this. When you are engaged in spirituality, when you're engaged in providing spiritual services to people, you're not doing it to become rich. You're not doing it for money. You are doing it out of love for the Devis and Devatas. And you're doing it as a way of serving them. If there is any other end goal or purpose that you think they're going to make the Tabiz for, to engage in spirituality, you're certainly on the wrong track of life. To think that you will take Hindu spirituality, these different aspects, and reduce it, to give it such levels of disrepute, to disrespect it to that extent where you would reduce it to money. Hindu spirituality and all these things that I'm talking about, Tabiz making and everything, these things are not for these are not a profession. They're not a business. They're not there for you to make money. You have a job that you go to Monday to Friday. Your regular job, you work Monday to Friday. That's where you make money. Or if you have some type of store, you have some type of business, some type of shop, or whatever profession you have, that's where you make money. But you don't make money with Hindu spirituality. You don't make money through the Devi and Devatas, thinking that you will pimp out the Devis and Devatas, thinking that you will prostitute out, in essence, the Devis and Devatas and make money. Every man and every woman, even the pundits, when they take Hindu spirituality and they make money from it, when they reduce Hindu spirituality into a money-making thing, when they reduce the Divine Mother into a money-making thing, when they reduce the Devatas into a money-making thing, all of them see their ruin before their eyes. All of their lives fall apart. All their marriages, all the relationships they have with their children break apart. Even when you look at their facial, you look at them in terms of their facial structure and everything, all of that becomes ruin. So the point I want to emphasize in saying all of this is, Hindu spirituality cannot be reduced to business, cannot be reduced to greed. And when you do reduce these things to greed, you reduce these things to business, you have taken a path of catastrophe. Calamities are waiting for you. And these calamities that will manifest, they won't be easy. You know, sometimes we see in life today, many spiritual people, men and women. You know, they're pundits, they're punditai, and etc. And we observe that very, very bad things happen to them. Some of them, they become disabled. Some of them, they become burned. They get burned. Fire burns them. A lot of calamities reach them. But many of them, they use the same name of David, they use the same name of God to make money. They disrespected the Devis and Devatas. And today, they are seeing the consequences of their actions. Right? So never use Devi or the Devatas for money. You have your job that you go to. You have a shop, you have a business or whatever. Make money in that sense. But don't reduce Hindu spirituality as a business. Because the consequences are endless. And many of the consequences are irreversible. Let me repeat that. Many of the consequences are irreversible. They can't be reversed. I want to say pranam to Chadaman Sarju. I want to say pranam to Malahar Prashad from Atlanta, Georgia. I want to say pranam to Debbie Algu. I want to say pranam and good morning to Mina Cromwell and my Akala family. I want to say pranam to Betty Sancho as well.
जगदम्बे माता तुम करो कल्याण करो हृदय में बास आई के आसन लीजिए तुम ही हमारी आस
आय रे सुनो मोरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया ये तेरा पारन पाया
Mina Cromwell would like to say Happy Father's Day to all the amazing fathers out there, not forgetting her adorable husband Julian Cromwell, her brothers It's Our Life ARD, Sudesh Prasad, and of course not forgetting her Guruji and Godfather Harda Johnny Prasad.
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
अरे पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
ये ज्वाला तेरी भेद धरे ये ज्वाला तेरी भेद धरे
अरे मंगल की सेवा सुनो मोरे देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वारे करे सुन जगदम्बे करना
ये सुनो जगदम्बे करन विलंबे सुनो जगदम्बे करन विलंबे संतन के भंडार भरे संतन के भंडार भरे
अरे मंगल की सेवा सुनो मोरे देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वारे करे
ये संत प्रतिपाली सदा खुशाली संतन प्रतिपाली सदा खुशाली जय काली कल्याण करे जय काली कल्याण करे
अरे मंगल की सेवा सुनो मोरे देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वारे करे
ये बुद्ध विदाता तू जग माता बुद्ध विदाता तू जग माता मेरा कारण
want to say pranam to Devi Manohar. I want to say pranam and good morning to Monica G. Rupnarayan as well. And as you know, as we're talking about all this thing, all these various things, and as we are speaking about, you know, this whole idea of money and not using Hindus, not reducing Hindu spirituality to money making and business, right? You do not have to. I don't know why people have this notion and have this idea that they should use Hindu spirituality and they should use puja. They should use puja and everything to become rich in life. Why do you think they'll do puja and everything and they'll turn rich in life?
हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वारे खड़े
ये हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार खड़े हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे अरे माँ काली कमली ओढ़े
It is a very, very simple thing, and for you to have the understanding. If you want to be successful in life, and if you want to acquire materialistic possessions in life,
कमली
it is so simple.
कमली ओढ़े के आ
If you work hard, if you work earnestly, don't rob nobody, don't take any shortcuts in life.
कमली ओढ़े के आ
You pray to the divine Devi.
काली कमली ओढ़े के आ
You will acquire every single thing you desire.
कमली ओढ़े के आ
You will become successful in everything that you do.
काली कमली ओढ़े के
It is so simple.
ओढ़े के आ
If you work hard, you try hard,
काली कमली
and you live an honest life,
कमली
every single thing in life will fall in line. There is no need to study, oh, I should go fool somebody to get money.
ओढ़े के आ
There is no need to say, oh, you know, someone doesn't know how to read and write, let me fool them and let me get some money from them.
ओढ़े
There is no need to say, oh, let me go study how to do puja and let me go turn rich by doing people puja.
काली
There's nothing like that.
काली कमली ओ
In my interpretation and in my view, if you take people's puja, or you take Hindu spirituality and rituals and all these things, and you reduce it into business, you reduce it into money making.
कमली ओढ़े के आ
In my interpretation, in my view, I don't think I can have respect for you.
काली
I do not see why I can have respect for you.
ओढ़े
I cannot look at you and say, oh, I respect you. Oh my God, you work so hard that, oh, today I can respect you. I can look up to you.
काली
But you know, when it comes to, if somebody has worked really hard in their life, has worked tremendously in life, they have prayed for so many years, they have struggled and sacrificed for so many years, and they become highly successful in life one day, I can always look up to them and say, you know what, I respect this person.
ओढ़े
I can always look up to them and say, you know what, this is somebody I look to for inspiration. This is somebody I respect in the society.
काली
Right? So the point I want to make in saying this is,
कमली ओ
don't ever take shortcuts in life when it comes to your success and when it comes to acquiring material things.
काली
As long as you work hard, you try hard, you pray hard,
ओढ़े के आ
and you live an honest life,
के आ
everything in life will fall in line. Everything you want will come into your hands.
कमली ओढ़े
You don't need to make yourself into a fool. You don't need to dirty your hands and fool anyone for money.
कमली ओढ़े
You don't need to do any sort of an underhanded thing to acquire material things.
काली कमली
This Devi that we prayed to,
Kali
This Mother Kali that we prayed to, these various mothers that we prayed to, especially the Dasma Vidyas. Anything you want in your heart, any material thing you want,
Kali Kamali O
they can hand it to you.
Kamali O Rekya Kali
But in the first place, you have to come straight in regards to them.
O Rekya
You have to come straight. You have to be an individual who
Kali
does things the right way.
Kamali
So many times people
Ali Kamali
are willing to do something underhanded. They're willing to do something crooked just to save a little few dollars. In this world today, people just to acquire a couple dollars,
Kamali
they're willing to do something underhanded. They're willing to do some trickery
Kali
just for a couple dollars, like nothing.
Kamali O Rekya
But where does that lead them?
O Rekya
Does that lead them to where they want to be in life? Does that lead them to anything good?
Kamali
It leads to the destruction.
Kamali O
Remember,
Kali Kamali
every time
Kali
you steal from someone's hard work, you steal from someone's sweat,
O Rekya
you'll have to pay for it.
O Rekya
And you'll have to undergo pain for it.
Kali
So a very, very simple point.
Kali Kamali
If you pray to the Divine Mother, you work hard, you pray hard, you try hard in life, you live an honest life,
O Rekya
you will be successful one day. You will acquire material things.
Kali Kamali O Rekya
There is no doubt in my mind that you won't.
Kali
But it will take some time. It'll take some effort.
O Rekya
But everything in life will come into line.
Kali Kamali
There is no need to make yourself low. There is no need to make yourself like a fool and do trickery, fool people, rob people. There is no need for it.
Kali
All of those things, they're just stupidity.
Kamali O Rekya Kali Kamali O Rekya Kali Kamali O Rekya Kali Kamali O Rekya भक्तों के भगवान रे तेरे मेरे में नहीं पहचान रे काली कमली और किनाए भक्तों के भगवान रे तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान रे तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान
I want to say pranam to Kamla Badrasan. I want to say pranam and good morning to Devika Mahabir. To all the fathers out there, to all the mothers who play that fatherly role, I want to dedicate this song to you. And indeed, to my Akala family, I want to specially dedicate this song in regards to you.
तूने रूप बना जान रे काली कमली और किनाए भक्तों के भगवान रे तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान रे तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान कैसे तूने रूप बनाया मन लहराया तन लहराया बालक तेरे गौर में आए रखना उसका मान ले तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान ले तेरे मेरे पहचान रे काली कमली और आए भक्तों के भगवान रे तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान रे कैसे तूने रूप बनाया कैसे तूने रूप बनाया मन लहराया तन लहराया बालक तेरे मान में आए रखना इसका मान ले तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान रे काली कमली को रखे आए भक्तों के भगवान रे तेरे मेरे नई नई पहचान रे
So we have reached that point in time again. We have reached the end of this program. I want to take this opportunity to say Sitaram Om Shakti. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing. This has been another edition of Shakti Sundays with Justin D. Anthony. I want to say it's been a pleasure bringing you this program. And indeed, I want to say to each and every one of you, I love each and every one of you. May the Divine Devi who is Kali, and may the Divine Devi who manifests in the Dasma Vidya forms, bless each and every one of you with auspiciousness, longevity and prosperity. As we close this program today, we have discussed so many aspects about the Tabiz in these two programs that I have done. In this program, we have spoken about how a tabiz should not be worn to a funeral home or place where an individual has died. We have spoken about the limit of the tabiz. Why it doesn't work sometimes. We have also spoken about what practitioners should you stay away from in terms of getting a tabiz. As I conclude this program today, I want to make one simple point, to emphasize one simple point, as it relates to the tabiz and just simply as well to all Hindu people. As I've discussed in the program before, when a devotee consumes beef, it reduces the power of the tabiz. When a devotee knowingly consumes beef, the tabiz breaks apart. But many Hindu people today, they unknowingly consume beef. Many devotees do not know. Many people, just in general, do not know that when it comes to fried chicken and fried foods from different restaurants, they contain beef fat. They're fried in beef fat in order to give that particular food a certain type of flavoring. That is why I would advise to you, I would suggest to you, for those who make the effort and want to avoid all beef products, it would be advisable for you to stop eating Popeye's chicken, because Popeye's chicken is fried in beef terror. it would be advisable for you to refrain from eating McDonald's, because McDonald's fries are fried with beef taro. It would also be advisable, just in general, for you to avoid any establishment that sells fried chicken, because many of them use beef fat to fry their chicken. So many people are unknowingly, because in Hinduism we have such diversity. There are some people who are strict vegetarians, and there are others who consume, chicken, they consume goat, they consume lamb, and etc. We have so many different types of Hindus in Hinduism. For you to have the understanding though, in Hinduism, one of the greatest violations to commit as a Hindu is to consume beef. So with all these things I've mentioned in mind, I just want you to have the understanding. Because many people today, many devotees today, they are under this impression that, they're consuming chicken and, they're not consuming beef. But many of these products are containing beef. And unknowingly, you're going against the teachings of Hinduism. Unknowingly, you're consuming beef and committing a violation. But that's because you didn't know before. But now with this information in mind, with now these details in mind, just be a little bit more cautious. Be a little bit more cautious on where you eat, where you buy your food from, and etc. I am not going to be a hypocrite. I am not going to be like others and be a hypocrite and tell you, don't go eat outside food. Don't go to a restaurant to enjoy yourself with your family and everything. But what I'm going to tell you today is, just be a little bit more mindful from the different establishments that you buy your food from, that you consume food from. Because many of these places that we believe are safe for us to consume from, they're frying their products in beef fat. Whenever you read on ingredients, whenever you read this in general, when you're doing research and everything on something, whenever you see that word terror, just know you should stay away from it. So this is for you to have the understanding. I'm not condemning anyone on where they want to eat, whatever indulgences they want to partake in. I'm not condemning anyone. But I'm providing you with the advice on what to be mindful of, what to avoid, what places, what restaurants, what establishments, as a Hindu, you should avoid. You should have your children avoid eating from these places. So with all these points in mind, my friends, Sitaram Shakti, until next time, my friends, may the divine Devi who manifests in the Dasma Vidyas bless each and every one of you with auspiciousness and prosperity. Until we meet again, my friends, next Sunday, have a blessed, safe, and peaceful week ahead.